Ninjago Dragons Rising has had 32 different dragons ranging from small to big in its entirety, and in this video we're going to be talking about all of them and we're going to be ranking all of them. Starting off straight away with the 32nd place. It's really not interesting here. It's firstly the Dragonian Dragon mold, both the colors. It's literally just one mold, guys. It's just one mold with the wings, and it's the smallest dragon you could ever ask for, and there's really not much to talk about here. I guess the molding is good, but that's kind of it. They do serve their purpose really well though. The 31st place goes to the Combat Vehicle Dragon in the 2025 Summer Wave for Ninjago. Again, not really much to talk about here. I guess the best part of this build is the little Dragonian helmet included, which I guess that's somewhat decent. But overall, there's just nothing here. It's like 10 pieces thrown together. I don't even think I can rate this one. 30th, 29th, and 28th place goes to Kai's Dragon Strike, Nia's Dragon Strike, and Aaron's Dragon Strike, respectively. All of these three sets are really just nothing burgers. There's nothing of value in here except for the Dragon Core and possibly the mold. The only reason they're even up here is because of the function that you get with them and the fact that the mold is at least somewhat decent. Kai and Nia aren't the best, but Aaron's color scheme does suit him. That's why he's 28th place. 27th place though goes to the Jet Dragon Drone from the Aaron and Raz Super Storm Jet set, and again this is just a few pieces thrown together. It's at least a little better than the Combat Vehicle Dragon, but at the end of the day there's really no purpose in this thing here either. And I guess I like the molded dragon piece there. The printing there is pretty good, but all in all there's really nothing else to talk about here. 26th place, we're moving on to the 4+ dragons. Firstly, the one from the Nia and Aaron's Baby Dragon Rescue set, whatever that set was called. This is, of course, a 4+ version of the Giro Dragon, and I do not think it looks good in the slightest. It's just rudimentary in nature. I am just not a fan of the wings included here either. It's just not good in the end. And the 25th and the 24th places are also 4+ dragons. 25th place is the Heatwave 4+ dragon from the Kai and Wildfire Source Dragon battle set. Again, this one's kind of mid. At least it has 4 wings, so I guess that's kind of cool. But even ahead of that, there's really no substance to this thing. And the Zane's 4+ dragon is also kind of mid. I guess I like the wings included here, but the mech legs being used are just a bad look for this set. I'm not a biggest fan of it. 23rd place goes to the Yellow Dragon Baby from the Lloyd's Green Forest Dragon set. Yeah, this is again one piece, but the reason it's ahead of so many of these other ones is because it's just so detailed. I really like the mold here. It's really useful, and I think it's just cool having so many prints on just such a small piece. It looks good, it looks detailed. I have it in my hand right now, and I do like it at the end of the day. I think it's cute. Speaking of this baby dragon piece, 22nd place is the baby Ryu. Yeah, we just moved over the first 10 places and it's just these kinds of dragons. But Baby Ryu is overall a really good dragon. Again, I really just find this to be accurate to the show. It's really accurate, it's cute, and I am just a big fan of it. I think 22nd place going to Baby Ryu is amazing. 21st place goes to Sant. Sant is, of course, from the Bounty set from 2023, I believe, the Race Against Time Bounty, and it was cool. It was kind of cool, but at the end of the day, it's just really a small dragon. It's not at all accurate to the show. It's just detailed. There's no detail here. It's inoffensive in nature. You can fit it in with the bounty, which I guess that's the main function here. But there's really nothing much to be excited about or talk about here. It's just really mid. Though the 20th place goes to Jin's Dragon from the Battle at the Dragon Blade set, the most recent one. And this dragon is just not my favorite. I think the color scheme here they could have worked around with. There's dark tan, there's normal tan, there's dark red, there's dark green, there's gold, there's gray, there's brown. It just feels a little too out of place. There's even white on the thing. Plus, the wings here are just not good. I am not a fan of those wings. They could have done something even just a little better, maybe. But overall, it's inoffensive. It shouldn't belong in the sets it's in. The tail is good. I'll give you guys that much. But other than that, it's just not a good dragon. It shouldn't have been included in the set after all. The 19th place though goes to the Tournament Temple City Dragon. This is of course just a brown, inoffensive dragon included in a really big set. And overall, it's not bad. I do like the design here. It does some interesting things where the just hind legs are a lot smaller than the fore arms, I guess. And even just the shaping here I think is good. The wings included here are kind of mid because it's not really wings, it's just a few of these mech sword pieces. But overall, that's just a little bit of a critique. I do really like this dragon overall. It's pretty new. It feels fresh, all things considered, and the just shaping here is a little awkward, but that's not even a complaint. It's still a pretty good dragon. The 18th place though goes to the Combiner Ryu from the Zane's Combiner Mech set from 2025, and this one's kind of mid as well in my opinion. I just feel like in my opinion it's made just to fit in with the set. It feels out of place, I'll be honest with you guys, and I just feel like the white detailing on this thing too just doesn't fit it. There's a little too much dark blue included here as compared to the white and the sand blue. Sand blue feels like it's a rarity on this set. The neck and the head should be good, but in my opinion, I just find them to be a little too wonky and just a little too, I guess, protruding, which does end up taken away from the looks of this set. Overall, of course, this Ryu is made to fit in with the big mech, but even then, it's just not a good dragon build overall, in my opinion. 17th place, though, goes to Ron2. And Ron2, the Master Dragon, is an okay set. It's not the best, it's alright, but when you compare it to the show, it just falls apart. The Ron2 set is just way too blocky, in my opinion. They shouldn't have used the STCBS armor pieces or the joint pieces here. Not my bad, not the armor pieces, joint pieces here, because they just look so like flimsy and just thin compared to the rest of the body. If you look at the torso area, it's just way too flat from the bottom, and even the head just feels weird because they use the dark gray for some reason, when in the show it's just pure purple. So I don't know what they were thinking about in that sense either. The tail here is okay, but even the tail feels a little just out of place with just being too like thick for what the end of the tail should be. The wings are fine, but I think even the wings are a little too big for Ron2. Overall, this dragon just disappoints in every sense of the word. If it was a dragon as it is, it wouldn't be the worst dragon, but especially since it's Ron2, it really does end up taking a big downfall. Anyways though, the 16th place goes to Lloyd's Forest Dragon set. This is of course a $20 set, and I honestly do have this one, and it's not bad in the slightest. I do like it. The problems I have with it is, firstly, they just don't include like all of the four just dragon legs that they should have. There's two of them here, which is okay because this was going for more of a bird design, but it does end up feeling a little too incomplete when you do end up looking at it just from like few angles there. I think the molding of the head here is of course good. The printing there is amazing, and the wings as well do feel really good. I feel like they should have been attached with ball joints so there would be more articulation there. That's a little bit of a complaint I have. I think the seating arrangement here for Lloyd isn't the best. It feels a little out of place, but that's just a small critique. Of course, the gray just connection points, the mixel joints as well, stick out a little too much, and overall it's just too small. I mean, there's really not much I can talk about here. The problem with this head is that it's a little too small. Anyways though, the 15th place goes to Grimtack. And Grimtack is honestly a really good set. It's worth the value, but looking at the build itself, the biggest problem this guy has now is that the hind legs are just using these just I don't know what these joints are called really. I kind of forgot, but they don't allow as much articulation as ball joints would. And when you look at it just standing straight, it does end up feeling awkward. The front legs are big, but you can't even move the hands around to make it look like they're actually touching the floor. And the just saddle piece here as well, silver just kind of stands on it, and I do feel like that makes it look way too tall, just makes it look way too weird. Overall, I do like this quite a bit, but it just has these few shortcomings which do end up making me not like this set as much as I should. Lloyd's jet mech is next, not for the mech, but for the skeleton dragon included in it. And it's okay as a side build, and I think the main reason it's above most of these other ones is because at the end of the day, it is a villain build. It's not something we get too much, and when we do get it, feels just really fresh. I do think this one, of course, suffers from the same issue that the Lloyd's Forest Dragon did, but at least it's a little bigger, and the Skeleton Dragon persona here as well does end up giving it a much better just silhouette as that set has. I do really like the dark blue here, and of course the white is amazing as well. It feels like a good representation of the villain faction of that season, and I think the best thing about this one is of course that you can combine it with Thunderfang to make a Spectral Thunderfang. That is just really cool in my opinion. Heatwave is next on 13th place, and Heatwave is of course from season 1 of Dragons Rising, and this guy hasn't aged the best, let's just say that much. He looks a little awkward because there's really no sense of wings on this guy. Even just looking above that though, I feel like the design of it is just not it. The neck goes up way too far, and the head just sticks out in such a random way. It's way too flat from the top, and even the legs, speaking about them, they just feel too blocky as well. Like, I'm just not a fan of those legs either. Of course, you can kind of do a small function with this guy where you can just turn him around fully and kind of make him look like he's on, like, I have no idea, in like a defense position or something. And I actually think that look does look a little better than this one does. But the problem I have with that is then that the head just feels, again, way too flat on the ground. It just feels awkward. And the neck as well, that's just not how a normal neck should move, in my opinion. I know these seem like small critiques, but when you look at the build by itself, they add up very quickly. And that's why, unfortunately, Heatwave is taking the 13th place. The 12th place, though, is going to the Ninja Dragon Ryu set from this year. And this guy isn't bad in the slightest, but I think the problem I have with him is just that head doesn't fit him at all. If you look at the jaw and then you look at the head mold, there it feels like he has 3 jaws. Or the dark blue part is just a beard coming out, which is just so awkward. And the color scheme here as well isn't the best. They just use dark red here for no reason on the belt, which just doesn't look good in my opinion. I think limbs here are pretty good. I do like the front limbs, and the back limbs are not bad either. But the problems I do have with this guy again are that he just feels way too blocky. Same with the Rontu one. This is just a little too blocky in my opinion. And the tail as well, it's okay, but I don't think the shuriken at the end really does work out for this set in its favor either. It's a good set, but it's just the definition of mediocrity in my opinion. But finally, for this video, since it's a part 1 actually, we're going to be going with the Ultra Dragon on the 11th place. Now, some people may argue this should be the first place. Some people out there would actually say that it's first place, and I respect that quite a bit. I feel like to a lot of people this would be first place because it is at the end of the day a magnificent model. It looks really just amazing, and I do like this thing for its looks at the end of the day really much. But the problems I have with this set are firstly that the legs just don't move in the slightest. Those legs, they aren't moving. They're stuck in place. But then you'd ask me, well, man, there's the Guardian Dragon, and that set doesn't move at all. How does it compare to that one? And then I'd say, the Guardian Dragon looks good on a shelf. This one just feels a little awkward in its pose. Is it patting the Great Devourer? Like, what does he look like he's doing to him here? It doesn't feel like a fight scene. It feels like just a mutual meeting between two friends. Heads are way too small compared to the body, or even if not small, those molds just do not work out for this guy. It feels lifeless. We needed some prints there for the eyes. They didn't give it to us, and it just feels awkward because of that. The green is okay here, but the green just feels way too small in just proportion on the build itself as compared to the wings. It just leaves it feeling awkward and just weird in some angles. And overall, it just feels like wasted potential. It's not a bad build in sliders, that's why it's 11th place, but it does end up not reaching the 10th place. Not by much, but just by a little bit, just because of these small flaws that it does have. So yeah, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now, and I hope you guys like this one. Part 2 is coming out tomorrow. Stay tuned. And yeah, comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Bye.